Hey everybody, this is B Sports. Today we've got a really good one for you. This is the new model for 2016. It's a 2016 Lund 2175 Pro-V. It's in white and silver. This one's got a 350 horse Verado on it. Absolutely gorgeous boat. Really just about the nicest aluminum fishing boat that money can buy you. So we're going to take a look through everything. I'm going to try to get to everything that I can. In detail as much as I can and still fit it on YouTube. So forgive me if you think I'm going a little fast paced. I'm just trying to make it so I can fit it on YouTube. So the boat's 21 foot 10 inches long. It's got a 102 inch beam. Alright, so here we go. Take a look at the trailer. It does have the upgraded custom Shorelander trailer. So it's got the non-marking bow roller with a swing tongue. This one's got your matching spare tire. Lund logos, of course, on both sides of the trailer. So the custom trailer gets you the upgraded diamond plate fender. Does have the built-in straps, of course. LED lights. Kind of take a look at the exterior here. This one does have the premium decal on it, which gives you that raised Lund logo. And the outside of the boat does have Lund's Pro Track system. Lets you clip the cover on and off extremely easy, especially if you have that premium cover. All right, so real quick here, we'll take a look at the ladder. Should you end up in the water, real quick and easy to get back in. This folds right out. You got 3 steps. Get you right back up in there. And then all you gotta do, you just fold those 3 up. Slides right in there, and then that pin holds it closed. So again, we'll take a look at the motor here. Again, this has a 350 horse Verado on it, which is the max that you can put on it. But I suppose you don't really need a bigger motor than that. It's about the biggest motor you can get to put on it. Mercury does have the 400s now. But. All right, so we'll hop up in the boat. I'll start going through everything. So I'll start at the front and work my way back. Now you will notice I have that's the passenger side captain's chair sitting out. There is a reason for that. I'll show you that when we get to it here. So here is, we'll kind of come up here. So here's the bow area. Of course, you've got carpet on top of all the storage area in the bow and on the back of the boat. And then you have vinyl floors on the floor. So in the front here, you've got your trolling motor receptacle, and under that you do have motor trim control in the front. And then you have an actual clip door for the front storage compartment here. It's kind of a tinted glass texture to it. Cargo nets on either side. And the Pro-V does have, 2175 anyways, does have a swivel chair with it. Again, these swivel chairs are really nice, and if you watch my video on the Pro-V Bass, you'll hear me talk about this too, but they have this front section that comes down. So a lot of you guys that use these seats, what do? You end up standing up, actually, not sitting on it, and leaning on the seat. So as opposed to leaning on the back of the seat, they did make that front section come down so you can kind of lean against it. So we'll take a look at the storage compartments. These front 2 do lock. And they do have a gas shock on them to keep them open for you. Now again, more similarities between the 2175 Pro-V and the Bass model is they have the Sport Track rails inside a lot of the storage compartments. So you can put those plastic clips in there, or the bags, whatever, hang stuff from them. Let's get a little more organization going on. So we'll close those 2 up. Okay, as we come back on the left side, so a Livewell, again with the Sport Track rails are on the inside. And they're also, for 2016, I'll show you too on this one. The way these lids go on here, is designed so that those can't get wet. They have this kind of soft foam like seal material on the underside of the lid, so that when that presses down up against the top of this Sport Track bracket, it does seal it. And if you've ever had an aluminum boat before, you know that that can be an issue, is keeping your storage compartments, especially in the front when water's coming over the front of the boat, dry. So they have figured that out. So on the right side in front of the console, you have another Livewell in the front of this boat. Again, has Sport Track rails around it to kind of get creative. And in front of that, of course, got your bait well. So on the other side, you've got room for your pliers or other tools, whatever you got. And you got 2 cup holders up here. So really, in the bow of this boat, you really have just about everything you need to really just spend a couple hours up there out on the water. All right. So, what everybody loves to see in these boats is the center rod storage. So again, Sport Track brackets around the sides, has that same system, that foam seal on the lid, keep everything dry. Got room for 15 rods in this boat. We'll take a look here at kind of the racks on the end. And then you'll notice this one does come installed with a 3-bank charger already in it. And this boat, unlike a lot of the other ones, has this lock or this sort of latch on here. It doesn't lock, but to open the cover, and I know it's hard to see, but you've got your 1 tray down there for a battery, and then you've got 2 more in front of where that charger is. And then that cover goes down, sits on top of it. So that cover, when you're hitting any bumps or anything like that, that cover isn't going to bounce all over in there. So just kind of another added feature here. Okay, so let's take a look here at the console area of the boat. Now on this boat, you get this leather stitched dash. Looks really nice. Definitely gives the helm kind of a premium look. And then this one, of course, has the Verado SmartCraft gauges. It's got your speed, your trim, your fuel, and your tack. And that's got some digital functionality to it as well. Now this helm does come 2 ways. You can get it with this, which has sort of a storage compartment here, another one up here for your wallet or your phone or whatever, and then the 2 12 volts. You can get this whole section here with flat plastic to flush mount your fish finders or whatever it may be. So just kind of an option, a preference. You do have the pass-through up here on top of the dash for any of your wires that are going through for that. You also, to the right of that, you have a gauge for your Livewell levels. So another thing that we don't see too often. So on the left side of the wheel, you got the Infinity sound system that does have Bluetooth. The steering wheel does fully adjust up and down. Kind of hard to do with the camera in my hand, and we got the ignition here. So all of your switches are kind of over here to the right. I actually have the battery hooked up. I'm going to try and show you guys a couple of things that are unique to this boat here in a second. But before that, I want to get to this here, which this one does have, and so it has it on both sides. Has the stainless steel drawer. Or excuse me, it's not stainless, it's aluminum, but you got the pull-out drawers here in front, so that's nice. And then above that, there is an open area kind of under the helm. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this boat has some unique lighting that's already made into it. So I've got the battery hooked up to it. I'm going to show you guys that. So all Lund boats got a master power switch, which turns off the power to everything in the boat so that nothing goes dead or is drawn. So we're going to turn that on.
We're gonna turn our interior is up here, and then interior and your Livewell lights down there. So you got 2 LED strips that are wired in already, and they're up in that Sport Track system, so they can't get like you know, brushed across and unstuck or anything like that. Up there, and then over on the sides of the floor of the boat, you got 2 strips as well back here. Now, I told you I do have that captain's chair out for a reason. We're gonna get to that here. So on the passenger side of the boat, you have that same leather dash with the stitching in it. Open up the glove box here, which is just absolutely massive. You could fit a suitcase in it. And then you've got a handle here. And again, got that pull-out drawer kind of in front of your feet. So honestly, just so I can get the camera to show you, it doesn't hit the chair, really the chair doesn't get in the way of it, but so that I can get the camera around to show you, this storage compartment pulls out, you know, kind of like a drawer, and that'll fit 6 of your plain old 3700 series tackle boxes. And then here, I'll pull this one out, and I left this chair in so you can kind of see it doesn't really interfere with the chair or get in the way. The one behind that will hold 8 of your 3700 plain old tackle boxes. So that's on the left side of the boat. So just a second here, I'm gonna actually set the camera down, and I'm gonna put that captain's chair back up on it. Set that down here. Okay, so again, this one's got 2 captain's chairs in the front, and then it's got 2 of the premium Pro Ride seats in the back. Both of these are with armrests. They do swivel. They do have the height adjust in them. I don't think I took a look at this really, but here is your, you got your control for your main outboard and your kicker as well. And there's 2 cup holders down to the right of the captain's seat with a small kind of open storage area with that vinyl floor on the bottom of it. One thing I sort of missed while I was over here, but under all your switches you do have USB and an auxiliary input for that Infinity sound system, and then there's a 12 volt here, and then there's 2 12 volts up on the dash as well. So opposite the boat where those drawers were, there's a door to an open storage area. Sort of typical on other Lund models. That one does lock. So as we're looking at the back here, I'll fold these seats down so you can see. So this, if you're familiar with Lund boats, this is where you store your bimini top. So if you were out on the lake and you wanted to put it down, you fold it down and it sits behind in there with the legs of it kind of coming up the side of the boat, and that cover goes over top of it. So down in here, that's where your main crank battery goes. I do want to point out something really cool is up here on the left side of the gunnel. They actually have storage in the gunnel on this one. I'll take some of this stuff out. That's for the kicker. You actually can lay quite a few more rods in that section. It kind of goes, it doesn't end where the front of that door, slider door ends. And it does extend back a little farther back in here as well. So it used to be kind of either on top of the gunnel storage or the side storage kind of situation, and now you can get both in this boat. So, take a look at some more of the stuff going on in the back of the boat here. So there's some storage in there, along with some engine components. Got a seat base. There's your ski pylon base. And then, so this is your live well and your bait well. It has individual doors for the bait well and the live well. The live well does separate into halves. So we'll open this up here, kind of show you. So, I mean, the live well really is massive in this boat. But again, it does have the separator that would slide in here where this groove is, so that you can differentiate, you know, kind of between you or your buddy's fish. Or, and then again, I have the live well and the interior lights turned on. So, kind of nice. You do actually have a light in there. So I have the hose laying back here just because this is the washout, the wash down station. So you can turn that on, get some water flowing to clean off your boots or whatever you got that needs to be sprayed off before you step in, out of the boat, whatever. And then there's another 12 volt back here. If you've got any trolling motors on the back, anything like that, you do have a plug-in for it. So one pop-up cleat on either side of the back of the boat, one pop-up cleat on either side of the middle of the boat, and then of course you have one of those pop-up cleats on either side of the front of the boat as well. So I'm going to step out. We'll take a look at the interior, or excuse me, the exterior one more time quick. Really just an absolutely amazing boat. I tried to get to everything really as best I could, but it is just, you really have to be inside this boat to really see, you know, you're standing in it and you know you've got all your stuff and you're standing in it going, yeah, that would fit this. Yeah, I could put that in there too. And you really start to realize how much room is in this boat. Lund did just an absolutely fantastic job on this. They really did. So again, brand new for 2016, Lund 2175 Pro-V. And this one's white and silver. If you got any questions about the boat, leave us a comment on this video. Try to get to them as soon as I can. Like and subscribe. I got 2016 boats coming in every day, taking videos of just about all of them. We're starting to get some new pontoons in as well. You can always give us a call, 1-800-233-7720, or visit our all-new website, www.bees-sports.com. Thanks a lot, guys.